Principal Jack Pasture sat behind his imposing oak desk, his face a mask of frustration and disbelief. Across from him, Alice Reynolds stood tall, her posture radiating confidence despite the tension in the room. "What's going on?" Jack demanded, his voice tinged with exasperation. "We're switching gears? Holistic education is going to replace what we use now?" Alice nodded calmly. "Our local investigation guild actually made a compelling enough case. Mayor Simmons knows about this and supports the initiative." "Mayor Simmons doesn't control," Jack sputtered, his face reddening. "Do you realize how much we rely on this standard?" "Yes, actually," Alice replied evenly. As the conversation unfolded, Jack's protests grew more desperate. He cited concerns about fairness, testing, and core competencies. With each question, Alice calmly explained the new system's approach, emphasizing individualized learning and real-world skills. Jack's nervous laughter echoed throughout the office. "This is ridiculous. Where even is this supposed school?" Alice's response hit him like a ton of bricks. The school has been in construction since the Foundry started. It's been supporting research being used in education. It's been supporting charter schools, the public schools. "The Foundry is why our schools have been losing kids," Jack interrupted, the realization dawning on him. "No," Alice corrected. "The Foundry simply created a support system for an alternative. I'd say the failure of traditional education is why we've seen them dropping students." As the truth sank in, Jack's demeanor shifted from anger to betrayal. "Alice, we've worked together." "You mean I've worked for you," she countered. "We've held several meetings around this failure. I know it seems under the table, but I'm only the head of this operation because—" "You betray me," Jack exclaimed, his voice cracking. "These guilds can't do more. They certainly can't do worse than what we've been doing." Alice, getting a bit frustrated thinking about the past students who are now homeless or addicted to drugs. "What do you think our job is?" We provide success." Jack begins to plead. "Do you think this system can really do better?" The conversation continued, with Alice explaining the roles of guild and the support from Mayor Simmons. Jack's resistance slowly crumbled as he faced the reality of the situation. "We've always done it like this," he said, sounding defeated. Alice softened her voice. "And it's always been failing us. I know this seems like a lot, but I'm not taking your job. I'm just leading the effort." "The system works," Jack insisted with a final burst of conviction. Alice sighed, her patience wearing thin. "Well, you better tell the people who have been through it how, because the guilds have been convinced that it hasn't been working." As the conversation drew to a close, Alice delivered the final blow. "We throw them to the wolves, Jack. Do you know when I stopped fighting? They asked me plainly, are you happy with the standard citizen that this system produces?" The silence that followed was deafening. In that moment, both Alice and Jack knew that the winds of change were blowing, and there was no turning back.